Fibre here with Australian swimming great Michael Klim. Michael, what brings you here to London?
Well, always love coming back to London. We're actually having a bit of a holiday with my wife, but also visiting some of our retail partners. We have a brand called Milk, and we have some partners in the UK. So mixing a little bit of business and pleasure.
And what else have you got coming up at the moment this summer?
Oh, look, for us this summer, I mean, our life is very busy at the moment. We've got 3 kids. The business is obviously a priority, trying to feed those 3 mouths of ours, the little ones that we have. But with the Commonwealth Games coming up, I have an official role as part of the leadership group on the Australian swimming team. So I'll be back in the UK, being part of the team, and also travelling and developing our business.
Well, it certainly sounds like you're a busy man out of the pool. In the pool, you enjoyed a massively successful career, medals galore. What would you say were the biggest highlights of your career?
Look, I must say I probably have 2 that stand out in my mind. One was beating the Americans in the 4x1 freestyle relay. I was very fortunate to have the swim of my life and lead off Australia in the world record, and to win a gold medal, break a world record on home soil. There's a few of your local athletes that experienced that recently in London, and it's no better feeling. So that was, as a moment, was probably a standout. But on a personal level, winning 4 gold medals at World Championships, 2 silvers and a bronze, coming away swimmer of the meet at the age of 21 was my personal highlight, where I felt I was kind of invincible at the time. So yeah, I've had a lucky lucky career up to the age of 25 or so. Then injuries kind of got the better of me after that. But I still love the sport. I like being involved, and even if it's through nurturing or mentoring some of the younger swimmers at the moment.
Well, you mentioned your role in the Commonwealth Games. Obviously, it's nearly upon us. How much importance does this event still hold to swimmers in comparison to the Olympics and the World Championships and the like?
Look, I think it's, we talk about the importance of the Commonwealth Games quite a lot, because, there is always, the rumour of it losing its importance. But I think we hold it in high regard. I think, the Commonwealth is still strong. I think people respect us, and I think the nations that compete in the Commonwealth Games still enjoy it and consider it a big part of their calendar. And I know the Australian swim team is taking them very seriously. They've been, preparing for, obviously since the Olympics for the Commonwealth Games. They haven't had a majors since the World Championships as well. So it's certainly a meet that is on our target list.
Well, on the subject of great Australian swimmers, obviously Ian Thorpe is another famous one. He's had a difficult time recently, as we know. Have you been in touch with him at all, and how's he doing?
Look, I've sent him some personal messages of support. Obviously, I'm not quite sure how he's going. I think he's got some good people around him now. He's certainly one of those people that experienced the highs of the highs, and unfortunately he's going through some low times difficulties at the moment. But I think he's a true champion, and I'm sure that he'll come through it in flying colours. But he is our #1 Olympian, and the entire nation is really just wanting him to be happy and be back to his usual self.
Well, of course, we all wish him all the best. Another man I wanted to ask you about is Michael Phelps. Now, in a similar way to yourself, he retired and then chose to return to the sport. How good is this for swimming, first of all?
Oh, look, for swimming, that battle between Phelps and Lockheed's gonna, and obviously, there's some other swimmers that we forget that are in that field as well. But to have those 2 guys going head to head in the IMs, it's going to be fantastic. I'm just, I know how hard it is to come back. I had close to 3.5 years off, and for me, my body changed. I became heavier. I lost a bit of strength, flexibility, etc. And it'll be interesting to see how, some of those attributes that Phelps had, from his aerobic capacity to, even that ability to back up from event after event, if that's diminished in the last 2 or 3 years. But I've seen a couple pictures of him on pool deck, and he's looking fit already. And I think for our sport to have the greatest Olympian of all time still swimming is it's kudos for our sport.